Mm, that clip was outrageous.
Who is it? I mean, that's Usher, but is it? You can have it.
Sent the link.
Thank you.
Mm-mm. Mm. Going out.
Come on. Come on.
Sing
Hey.
that song, tell
Hey.
them you're my. I'm going to the.
whole wide world.
Maybe say
I'm your.
you're my.
Man, can you believe we're going out of town tomorrow?
Yes,
After
you did.
a whole shoot.
I don't know who planned this stuff. They're crazy.
I'm like,
I told my
Yo,
my assistant was trying to book somebody wanted to meet with me, and she was like, "It's gonna have to wait till like after July 15th." And I was like, "We're really in production on 2 different shows.
what's your other show that you're shooting? Oh, you talking
The
about?
challenge shows one, and the food show, and on tour, and all the other stuff we were already doing."
But we have a break from the tour, so then we have a break from the food show.
Yeah, but Kev's gonna be gone for half of that break.
Oh, you out of here? So we're doing all virtual?
No, I'm not gonna be gone for that break.
Oh, so I'm so glad to know this.
Why are you lying?
I'm not gonna be gone.
For half
You
the
are-
break, you're not gonna be here.
not. Joshua, you're telling lie words.
Tell me the truth. What is happening?
I don't know. I was lied to then. I don't know what's happening either.
Well, no. What is happening? Are we shooting? Here's the thing.
We are gonna be here.
Here's the thing. It's canceled. No. I just retired my husband. We can't. We gotta do the show.
Are you gonna go next year? When do you decide if you want to keep doing this, or are you gonna do your own movies live?
What are you talking about?
Your audition. Your I said if we go on the road next year, are you gonna go again? Or are you gonna
What
continue?
are we doing?
The same thing.
7 more
Angel.
thousand days.
The same thing forever, Angel.
No, I won't. I won't go as much. I told Melissa I will never do 4 weekends in a row in a month ever again. And I probably will top out at 2 weekends most of the time.
This makes me feel like I shouldn't have believed anything you just said out of your mouth.
I would follow that heart.
What?
Because this is what he said last tour in the time.
No,
before that.
Josh.
As you progressively said the sentence, it progressively got worse. You said I'll never do 4 shows in a weekend.
No, I did say that. I meant, yeah.
4 weekends in a month. At most, I'm probably going to top out at 2 most of the time. There was no confidence in, I'm not going to do that. But, here's life.
That's life.
I don't know, Kevin. You've only done 1 day with me. You might not even want to do another tour with me. So
No,
I'm
you're
not going to
great.
even put my thoughts over there.
That's a good point. Let's see how the rest goes. We might hate each other at the end.
Kev, you tell her about Atlanta?
Listen,
Why'd you tell about Atlanta?
You tell her about Atlanta? I'm kidding.
I was about to say, is there another Atlanta situation? I am.
I'm gonna take you to every restaurant we ate at. If we don't do nothing else, we got to go to breakfast at Barney's.
Oh,
That place is out of control.
upon landing.
That place is out, and they gave us a royal treatment. You'll like it, Angel. Oh yeah, you will.
Will I like it? Okay, I mean, I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shoot, I'm going to have to do that on my phone.
Been there, done it. Around.
I have not been there or done that. I did not.
I did no such things.
That's all on Usher. Don't you put me in that mess.
Kev, you got the link?
Yeah, I put it in the Patreon.
I don't yell. I just want to pay attention to time.
Okay, I'll do the same. Almost cussed.
We're live, right?
Yeah.
All right, good. I was about to cuss.
I almost did.
What, Kev?
So funny. People from my church was like,
Wild.
let
My sister-in-law just put, she has a senior, a sophomore, a 6th grader, and a 3-year-old. Why, man?
I mean,
Why did you start all the way over?
sometimes
Your kids are within 4 or 5 years. That is regular stuff.
Yeah.
You have a child who is turning 18 and a child who is turning 3.
That's crazy. Joshua.
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
hard. Can you get me
A water? What do you need, Angel? Tell me.
yes, a water and one of them granola bars? The way hunger just punched me.
Man.
In the face?
Oh my God.
Angel,
Should we order from the place across the street? Do you need to eat before?
No, we don't have to eat before. But
But-
I need some.
are,
You so silly, Josh. I was like, I just got angry all of a sudden. What's that?
Ilhan Omar.
Hunger. That's what that is. No,
I need a
don't.
date.
Not
in,
at all.
I need a date in LA.
Because I didn't think you did. That's why I didn't bring it.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
is it even worth it to do a date in LA this tour on an off
yes.
night?
Yeah.
I don't know. You both. You can have both. Angel.
Thank
We have
you.
plenty.
Thank you.
You think LA or it needs to be LA proper, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think it's worth it. I think
Yeah.
you that you
Something like that.
You that nigga now.
Past
So, yeah.
haha. No. The Haha is actually a great club.
Ah.
Is it?
I had a good time there.
You feel that? I mean, I've never had a terrible time, but
Haha.
yes, I've never had a terrible time at the haha, but
The union's out now, right? The union's not unionized anymore.
Out.
oh,
That's why at Nate's club they went from 7 black-owned comedy clubs to 4 during the pandemic.
Wow.
The union, they had been trying to push him out for years though.
oh no, Inns
Yeah.
lost the club.
He gave it up.
Well,
They had been trying to play him and stuff. He was trying to buy it. They weren't trying to sell it to him. So he was like, I'm not going to put crazy money into this if they're not going to sell it to me, which I get.
that's where I started my comedy.
In LA.
No, I mean
They said I
overall,
didn't tell them it was my
from the
birthday.
beginning.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, literally?
The birthday love.
That was the first time he did it?
That was my very
Oh.
first show.
Wow. Yeah, Josh doesn't like to talk about his birthday. It comes from his childhood when he was burned in a fire.
Hold on.
What should I get Josh for his birthday, y'all?
Nothing. Just a hug.
No, because I still want to come to your house. So should I get you like?
When are we going to your doggone house,
We're never
Joshua?
home, Kevin. We
So?
don't live here anymore.
We're home right now.
Okay, look, during this break,
But I thought you're gone.
I'm not. I don't know why Josh said that. I'm just gone every weekend. I'm not. I'm just going for our anniversary.
And then
Trip.
there's something else. That
And then,
you know.
Just
Melissa's
July.
birthday.
He's
And
just
then
gonna meet
our
us in-
anniversary, we're trying to
he's
find
just gonna
something
meet
to
us
do.
at the
But
show
it's just
in
going to
San
be
Diego.
weekends. Can we just do one dinner at your house?
Can we
during the-
please? I want you to, Kevin, but the schedule never allows it to be.
But when we come back from Boston, why can't we?
We can. That's what I was saying
Let's
before.
do like a Tuesday night, Taco Tuesday at your house.
We can do Taco Tuesday.
Let's do
I'll
Taco
get it catered.
Tuesday.
Oh, look at you. Look at
Well, I'll
these
get a little
new
Big
bougie friends.
spender.
I'll get a little taco man.
Big spender.
No, that's not a big spend. That's a favor. It's a taco man.
Get a little taco, man.
Little taco.
I love good taco now.
I
Make
love
sure they
good
got
taco.
chicken, 'cause I'm a
Slit full of meat.
Oh my God.
Did you just say that?
Why would you say that?
I said that on the improv show.
Okay.
It was,
like,
I
is
like
that a
my-
new thing?
I'm into that.
I mean,
All right, y'all ready?
it's just gonna be. I mean, it won't be too many people. Just you guys and the kids. Whoever wants to come.
Oh, I ain't got no kids, so I'll be there.
Okay.
What kids? Angel's a single. Not a single mother. She's an empty nester for the summer.
I'm a bald-headed hoe for the summer.
Ah!
I mean, one part's only with my husband, but still.
By the way, me and Melissa watched the first couple of episodes of Around the World. Risha Webb.
She's a star.
This is her career.
Oh yeah.
The fact that they are letting her be as funny as she is, and they give her most of the comedic stuff, and she really
got
getting
all the
off.
comedic stuff, yeah.
She is really getting off.
And she held back because they wanted it a certain way, but she held back.
Oh man,
I told her, I said, you are here.
she is funny.
Funny.
So dope to that's the weird thing about this industry, to see your friends who just be at the house and then they be stars on TV shows.
No, that's what I be expecting though.
I bet you ain't finna be my friend and just be a bump on a loud.
All
right, let's start.
8:35.
Here we go. And
In 5. In 4. 3.
What up, y'all? Welcome to Here's the Thing. I'm Kev on stage. She's
That chick Angel.
and welcome to another podcast episode. Smash that like button, smash that notification button, smash that subscribe button to the Kev on Stage Studios app. You're missing out on greatness and blackness.
Oh, I like that. I like that riff.
That was good.
Josh, you're in the top left. You're above me now.
I was bouncing all over the place when you were doing
Now
banger,
you're here.
banger.
It's above me now.
Oh, okay. It is above now. Listen, quick church announcements. Shirts like this. This is the Stage Crew Day One shirt. This is pretty much, if you follow my career, it's anywhere you could have found me, either from Washington, LA, All Def, Great Taste, Love Hour, Here's the Thing, Clayton Earl, all this. This design goes away on December 31st of this year. Oh. It's all in my shop, kevonstage.com. You can get pretty much anything, but once it's gone, if I become as big as Denzel and all that, and you don't have this, you can't say you're a Day One. You can say you're a fan, but if you don't have something like this, you can't say. And this Day One is 13 years of Day One-ness, but this article will prove your Day One-ness. So get it, prove it, be real.
And all the things on that shirt prove nothing's overnight.
It's a long night, baby boy.
Hey.
And this is just the part that happened on the internet, not even the other stuff. Secondly, Angel, Tahir, Josh, Boston this weekend.
I'm gonna give me some
Chowder. Park the car at the Harvard Yard. I'm feeling wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
Wicked smart. The Blacks are blacking. They're doing the it's this week. Buy tickets.
Absolutely.
Closing, settling. We're within about 40 tickets. About 40 tickets on a couple of shows. Let me check real quick.
Y'all, the show is really good.
Oh, it's great.
It's a good show, I would say.
Saturday early, there's less than 40 tickets. Friday early, and this is yesterday's number. Right now, you're probably going to not be able to come to the Saturday early pretty soon. Plenty of tickets on the Friday late, which usually is the case. People ain't trying to go the second show after work. But anyway, get those tickets now. And anything you have, Angel?
No, it's a great show. Make sure you come out.
Great show. Angel got new material. Very funny. Tahir has new material. Very funny. Kev on Stage has new material. Very funny.
Very funny.
Very funny.
Very funny. All right. First things first. Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather.
What was that?
That was Floyd Mayweather being a genius.
I mean, the amount of money that man made.
Floyd Mayweather made $30 million just on ad space from his trunks.
Wow.
Not the take home, not the purse, not the merch. Just from Fashion Nova,
30 million
OnlyFans,
dollars?
30 million on the trunks. Here's how you appreciate this fight for his butt. For his butt coverage.
His booty.
30 million.
Cheeks.
Here's how you understand why this is smart for Floyd Mayweather. And I get it. A lot of people are upset because they're expecting Floyd Mayweather to knock out Logan Paul.
That was me.
And I'm going to tell you why he's not going to do that.
Wasn't.
There's a clip in here, Josh. Put it in here.
Put it in here.
Logan Paul was hurt. Floyd Mayweather did what he does. He's a counter puncher. He doesn't have a lot of power anymore. He didn't have a lot of power for a long time.
44.
I'm a Floyd Mayweather fan from back when he was Floyd Money Mayweather. The interesting thing about this fight, and then I'll get back to my point. Floyd, when he was Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather, he did not sell fights like this because nobody cared. When he switched over to Floyd Money Mayweather and he took on this villain role, that's when he started getting paid because people want to see you lose.
Right.
This is the only fight in probably the last 15, maybe even 20 years, at least 15, where people wanted to see Floyd win.
Yes.
That's how much people hate Logan Paul. Floyd always makes so much money because people want to see him lose.
Right.
This is the first time in a long time people other than me and my family who are big Floyd fans of his boxing career, not his humanity. But anyway, on that video that Josh showed, Floyd leans back like he always does, counter punches, check hook, same way he knocked out Ricky Hatton. He hits Logan Paul in the ear,
surely
which you often get disoriented. Logan Paul falls all over him. Floyd holds him up so that he can continue to fight him. Why? Because if he knocks out Logan Paul, he doesn't get to fight Jake Paul and make this money all over again. Floyd is a marketer. He's not going to lose a chance. If he knocks out Logan Paul and seriously hurts him, Jake Paul fights off. Jake Paul's not fighting nobody real yet.
You don't think that the cockiness of the
No.
other brother?
No, listen.
No.
Them people who are handling Jake Paul are riding a cash cow. That's why they will not. There's plenty of real boxers. I'm not talking about top of the people. I'm talking about people who have lost 35 fights would really hurt Jake Paul. I'm talking about people
No, you're
like
right.
Floyd,
You're right.
who Floyd and them been boxing professionally since they were like 16.
Canelo would
Canelo
hurt.
Well, it would like for real. He would really like permanently damage
Yeah, 'cause
them boys. Like after the fight, when they were asking Floyd, "What does he think about Logan Paul?" He was like, I'm old and
He
small.
kept saying it. He was like, I'm not
I'm
20
44.
something.
This was fun.
and tiny. If Logan fought somebody who was in his weight class, that's heavyweight, light heavyweight.
Yeah, he went.
Then
back.
people will kill that
And
man.
Logan's they've only been fighting for like 4 years, maybe.
Josh, these people who are boxers, this is in
yeah.
their blood.
No, that I definitely don't think that Logan they're both Logan.
They're both Paul.
They're both Paul. Yeah, the white boys. I definitely don't think that like professional boxing, like going at it with folk that have have a name for boxing
Yeah.
in their weight class is something that they will ever be able to
No.
accomplish. But I still feel as though there is something about the cockiness of a man that even if who was the one that was fighting which of the one of the
Logan
white
Paul.
children, even if Logan
The white kids.
would have met that Matt, his brother would have still been like, I will avenge.
Oh, absolutely. 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 And I think Floyd might really want to hurt Jake Paul. But people are like, why ain't Floyd in there? Floyd, his whole philosophy, and I get it. This is why people are frustrated. Floyd is a technically sound boxer. The whole point of boxing is hit and don't get hit.
Right.
He doesn't knock people out usually. He ain't knock people out crazy. He avoids punches. He makes you miss. And then he hits you just enough that it's obvious. When he punches you, it's always obvious that he got a good hit off. And it's never as obvious that you punch him really hard. The last time I saw Floyd get hurt for real was when Shane Mosley had him struggling. I'm talking about baby deer on ice in a like Floyd was holding on for dear life. And Shane Mosley tried to punch him. He tried to knock him out in that round and he gassed himself out. And then Floyd does what he do. He picked him apart. Conor McGregor, that was like I think the ref stopped it, and Ricky Hatton, it was a check hook and he went to the turnbuckle and Victor Ortiz dropped his hands. But Floyd he's not Wilder. He's a defensive person. He's this all the time. So Logan Paul looked like a big hunking idiot when he's like, I hit punch me strong right boy. But if you're not a boxing fan, Floyd's not your favorite fighter because he's not a knockout specialist. If you want to just see somebody get beat up, then you watch Wilder. He's just I punch you down, ground.
Yeah, but we knew that they weren't going to get in the ring with somebody like that.
No, they're not dumb. And here's the frustrating thing for the other fighters. So UFC, I believe it was Usman, who just won. Logan Paul, at minimum, I believe, it's reported he made $20 million
Yes.
for 8 rounds of 3 minutes.
And I can, let me tell you, that's kind of deserving in a way because I don't know how. I mean, he made it because Floyd, I feel like, took it easy on him. But take some balls to be like.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because you saw Chad Johnson, who's
Yes.
another athlete. Another athlete got into there with another fighter, and Chad didn't get knocked out. And mad respect for him to fighting a bare knuckle boxer.
Yeah.
And just like, I box now. But he got knocked down. And then he was like, yeah, you know what? Good punch.
He went from, I didn't even know who he was once he started. I was like, who is this 80-year-old man? That is how he fell into senior citizenship. I was like, who is that? And then when they stood him back up, because I only saw the highlights of that fight, I was like, that's Chad Ochocinco?
He was looking. He got hit so hard. He tried to find the ground before he fell. He's like, "Ooh, I need this."
He was
Where?
Nueve Cinco by the time he aged. I was like, what? Just
Nueve
happened.
Cinco?
Yes.
He thought he was playing football. Like, good hit, bro. No. He gonna punch you again. Don't
It's
do
not
that.
over. He's like, no, it is.
Do this. He will punch you again. This ain't no high five.
There was a very short point in time in my life in college where I thought about doing boxing.
Really?
I'm dead serious. There was a guy who was.
Angel had hands for real.
No, I didn't. But I was just like, I did. It wasn't that I was like, oh, I'm a good fighter. It wasn't like I was fighting in life. But I was like, all this body's got to be good for something. Like, I have never been a petite woman. So I was just like, what could I do? What would be fun? And I thought about boxing. And then the thought of my brain rattling around in my skull.
Yes.
I said, no.
I don't blame you. Listen, this is Floyd in a nutshell. This is his whole philosophy. And this, to me, tells you everything that you need to know about Floyd Mayweather and how he thinks. In post, just make it right.
I mean, and they say, well, it's not all about the money.
What is happening?
It's still playing the Usher
Okay,
clip.
here we go. All right, so here's a clip of Floyd Mayweather.
Yep.
Here, okay, edit it out.
No, it's all in, Cam.
Edit it out. Here's a clip of Floyd Mayweather explaining his whole thought process in 60 seconds and how he understands the American people.
And they say, well, it's not all about the money. Well, your kids can't eat legacy. Patches on my trunk, that's 30 million alone. So who's really the smartest one in the sport of boxing? If you guys don't want to see me do no exhibitions, don't come, don't watch. When it comes to legalized bank robbing, I'm the best. I don't care if y'all write good stories. I don't care if y'all write bad stories. At the end of the day, I will always have the last laugh. Damn, I'm writing this story about Floyd. But look at the house I go to. And look at the house he go to. Then all the guys that y'all said was extraordinary, the Canelos and the Pacquiaos, I made them look ordinary. And then when I see it's a chance for me to do a heist, a quick heist, at the end of the day, I'm the smart one. They say, oh, Floyd don't look good like he used to look. My bank account looking better and better each and every day.
Come
He's
on.
Floyd Money Mayweather. 30 million for the trunks, Angel.
Let me tell you,
The trunks.
I let him slap me around a couple of times.
Oh,
That ring, 30 million.
For the trunks alone, that ain't the guarantee. That ain't the pay-per-view. This fight was so popular that the Showtime app was crashing. FanMeal crashed. They have to give refunds. Listen, celebrity boxing has been around for a long time, right? This ain't the first celebrity boxing match. Floyd is a genius. Why go fight some young, hungry, legitimate boxer and really get hurt?
No, that's
when I can
true.
fight a white child
Listen.
who doesn't know how to box, who's big and strong, and the chance of me getting knocked out will get people to buy a fight when they know I've been past my prime for like 10 years.
I bet you he get a lot more fighting the mama. I'm telling you. I'd be like, Floyd, a black mama, that would be, I'm telling you. Knock me into a whole new country. I will be okay. I'll be over there speaking Greek because of Babbel.
Right.
And let me tell you what, Babbel is a sponsor for today's episode. A lot of us started learning second languages in high school, and most of us cannot speak any of it. All that mess they had us learning, all that conjugation, yes, none of that stuck. But let me tell you what.
Tell me what, Angel.
Babbel, what they have done is they have gotten the advice and developed a system, not using artificial intelligence, but using over 100 language experts to be able to put together a system that will teach you how to actually speak words that you would need, words that you would actually use if you were traveling to a foreign country or just wanted to speak with someone who doesn't speak your native language. I chose Spanish because I do think it's the most beneficial in the United States to be able to speak, especially in California. But they have so many other languages other than that. They have French, they have Italian, they have German. They actually have over 14 different languages that you can choose from. And what's also great with me going on tour, with
You are.
Kevin into here, I don't have that much time to just be sitting at home in my office. Hola, ¿cómo estás? I don't have time to just practice like that. But Babbel, you can take wherever you want. So while we're sitting in the hotel waiting for our layover, while we're getting ready to have the show start, all those like 15-minute increments that I can actually learn and use Babbel. And while I'm in LA, the perfect time when I like to actually use it is in the car because traffic has picked right on back up.
Woo!
We got that pre-pandemic traffic here in LA. So it's the best time. Instead of me cussing out people who cut me off, I'm learning Spanish from Babbel. All right, so this is what we want you to do. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months for the price of 3. Just go to Babbel.com and use our promo code SK.
SK.
That's BABBEL.com. Code SK.
SK.
For an extra 3 months free. Babbel, language for life.
So, in kind of closing, it sucks to be a real fighter who can't fight Floyd. That's who I feel the most frustrated for.
Absolutely.
Because you're like, Floyd knows better than to fight somebody young and hungry. He probably wouldn't even fight Canelo again right now because Canelo looks like a freaking monster now. Ever since he lost to Floyd, he has looked ridiculous. And Canelo is great. Floyd caught him at the right time, and he just looks hard to hit. Now, Canelo been punching people very hard.
Very, very
He
hard.
been punching, and I love me a good Mexican boxer. After black boxers, the Mexican boxers, you hit them in the face with the doggone sledgehammer, they still keep coming for you. You have to almost kill them.
Yes.
So that's like Logan wouldn't be able to hurt Canelo with all his might.
Right.
But Canelo would kill him with a body punch. And Floyd's a genius because it's the spectacle. Oh, people are like, are you dumb? You paid for that? You watch though.
You watch,
You don't
though.
have to pay. You don't have to pay for the pay-per-view for him to get his money. That's
Yeah.
why the trunks get paid because they include the people who are bootlegging it in the cost of the trunk stuff.
Yeah.
So you watched. It's not, people are like, well, you pay, y'all dumb. You all watch. We
You
either
all
watched
saw.
live on a link or we checked it out on the internet after. You did not know what happened.
Right. You were fully invested just in a
Yes.
different way. I actually feel bad for the black boys and gals that shouldn't be boxing like Logan that will never get this opportunity.
Oh, yeah. There's a certain amount of Wahiteness privilege.
Oh, not a certain, it's all.
I can't think of any black YouTuber who would get that fight.
You
No.
come on, Kev.
I couldn't. There's a certain amount of, I could talk all the trash in the world. People wouldn't want to see me fight Floyd.
I don't know.
Nah, man. First of all, he might drop me. He might be like, no, for black people, I got for the culture, I got to go ahead and drop Kev.
No, if he didn't drop that white dude, he would not drop you.
I am not that white dude. I'm also 38. And he probably couldn't hold me up. That boy was 190. That Big Kev sitting on 255. And all that laying on him. And also that whole flight, Logan was like, let's do this.
Let's
Let's hug each other.
Let's be friends.
Nah, he don't want to see Big Kev. That's 255 coming long and slow. That whole thing Logan Paul did in the first round, I would have been like, times.
Are we done?
You know,
Are we done? Can I have a snack? I'm so
I
hungry.
did some boxing for a little bit right around the corner from here. You talk about sheer exhaustion.
I trained for a while.
Why were you training?
Because why not?
Why you just said mouthpiece, headgear?
My trainer, well, actually, it was my trainer. He's a boxer, so he just trained instead of doing regular.
Yeah.
He trained me in boxing, and I remember it was when we were buying our first house. I could not sign the paperwork because my wrists were shaking. I was having to try to use both hands.
Yes,
to sign.
because just holding your hands up for that long, and you be super tense when somebody's trying to punch you.
It also making people don't get to make contact that often. People air punch. That's fun. But when you actually are transferring the energy and the power from your body onto something else, it comes back.
I was training with this dude, and he used boxing a lot, and we was really boxing. And he punched me in the mouth, and I'm like, I want to lose weight. I shouldn't be getting popped in the mouth. My lip was bleeding, sir. Why are you hitting me? Why are we even doing this?
Why?
But I caught him a couple of times. I posted a video. This is years ago on one of my many starts and stops of losing weights. But I for sure posted me. I caught him a couple of times. Bop, bop. He was like, good punch. And I was like, Now, why are we doing this? I came here for jumping jacks and stuff.
Just want to get trimmed.
I just want to lose weight. Like, I get this part of it, but why am I guarding myself for real?
Yeah.
I got to go to work later. I used to have to go to all deaf after he punched me. Why are we doing this? Speaking about punching, DC Young Fly last weekend in I believe Oakland, Tommy T's. A fan came up on the stage.
He didn't sound like no fan the way he came up here.
You're right. A person came up on the stage, and apparently, let me just let DC tell it because he knocked him out.
But he like rushed him though.
He rushed him. Let me let DC tell him.
DC is hilarious telling this story.
Oh, this is a longer video than I realized. But you got to hear it.
What's going on, man? It's your boy DC Young Blizzard. You dig what I'm saying? I know everybody been trying to figure out, boy, what the hell happened, boy? You crazy, boy? What's going on, boy? What's happening? I appreciate everybody checking in on your boy, called me, make sure I was straight. You dig what I'm saying? All right, then let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Now, first off, I didn't roast Buddy. I didn't roast his table. I don't know where he was sitting at. I didn't even know Buddy was at my show. I said nothing. You dig what I'm saying? Nothing. I'm mid in my session. I'm going crazy. Friday night, the second show was turned up. And first of all, nobody had their phones out, so they are tuned in to the show. Like, when you at a comedy club, you're not supposed to have your phone out anyway. You're supposed to be engaged with the act. So I'm going crazy. I got the crowd going crazy. So I'm in the mid of my joke. And if anybody know me and my set, I'm at the church talking about my brother. So now you know it's good. I'm in it. I'm mid joke. Walk up on stage. So you know I'm like, all right. Walk up on stage. I'm just thinking he a crazy fan or something. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get a hug. I embrace this dude. You feel what I'm saying? Get on stage. He like, what's up? And I'm like, oh, bro, you tripping. So I kind of like bad up off me a little bit. You feel me? Like, you tripping. Hit my hand, bro. When he hit my hand, he was like, get off me. What's up? Before you know it, grrr.
That's hilarious.
Grrr. Feet on stage, head on floor. and by the time they got it, woke his up and sent nobody's way. I told everybody to sit down. I got to finish the show.
Listen, the only thing worse than rushing the stage to attack someone is then waking up.
Right.
Unsuccessful
on the interwebs.
You got knocked out by a comedian who he ain't even professing to be about violence.
No,
he
not
goes
at
on
all.
in the video to be like, bro, if you don't like me or don't want to have good energy, don't come to the show.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now you're embarrassed.
Right.
Because you got knocked out by a comedian at a comedy show. Why are you even doing this?
It is embarrassing. Nobody. Y'all remember when COVID knocked out DL on stage? Nobody wants to be laid out on the floor at a comedy show, regardless of what the reason is. And the dude sound like he's probably an angry drunk. You know how some people, they just get into a very antagonizing place with liquor. But I mean, DC handle what?
I thought about Brennan. I get a little dancer when I'm drunk. But some people are like, "Oh, I've been drinking. Let's fight now."
Yeah, no, and it is unfortunate, but I do feel like DC handled it the best way possible because you don't want to have to keep investigating why this person is up here.
Right.
It's just like, let's bring it to a halt.
You do this now.
But the part I love the most is, I'm going to finish this set. What's about to happen is you're not about to win at all.
No.
At all in this situation. But also, that's what I don't like. The last time I had did a show in Lexington, there were people who, I don't like when people want to continue to try to have a conversation with the comic on stage. Because it's just like,
Was that this weekend or
the last time?
Okay.
Because nobody really did that with
Oh,
me.
they absolutely did.
Angel, you weren't in there.
You weren't. They absolutely.
These girls in the corner.
Oh
my God.
Disruptive. But I mean, tell your story, then I'll tell you mine.
See, now I'm glad I know that.
That's
Because
your
I
hometown.
started making announcements before I would bring up main act, and I would be like, people pay to see him, not to hear you.
The worst drunk is, I said this to a girl in Lexington, because she talking to me like it's me and you.
I can't stand it.
Girl, I'm at work.
I can't.
These other 200 people is not trying to hear your thoughts on this.
They did not pay and drive to hear
Yeah,
you.
she
You are not
guessing
part
the
of the show.
punchline of jokes and
Ooh,
stuff.
Ooh,
Hush.
I don't like it.
Hush. So eventually I'm just like, ma'am.
I definitely must have
And
stepped
everybody
out.
was looking like, bruh. And I don't want to throw people out of my show, but I'm going to tell y'all now, single me out, Josh.
Single.
I've already decided. If the one, you know how Jesus would leave the 99 for the one? I'll throw the one out for the 99.
Come on.
Because the other people, people come from far and wide. People don't necessarily just live in the comedy club area. Some people are like, this is as close as he's coming. I've driven 2 hours. I'm staying overnight. Don't nobody want to hear you drunk disrupting the show.
My fans drove 8 hours.
Yes.
Had I been in there, Kevin, I would have tapped it. Now you're gonna have to shut up.
I'm gonna give y'all some. Listen, when I was at Kevin Hart's show, you put a phone out. They dragged somebody out, kicking and screaming. Guys, just enjoy the show. And when you're drunk and having too much of a good time, everybody else is having a terrible time.
Yeah.
They're not enjoying the show because
Right.
you are loud. I cannot talk to you personally.
Yeah, it's just, it is so irritating. And I don't know why people don't know it about themselves to like know, like, hey, I'm not the best when I drink. And since this is
Yeah.
a public event, I just, the 2 drink minimum, I'm going to get 2 bottles of water.
And take it easy.
Take it easy, enjoy. Because I'm like, is it even enjoyable for them? Like, I wonder what that girl thought when she woke up, or some people are just unaware.
Yes.
They're just jerks and they don't even realize it. But I'm glad I'm mad actually that I didn't know that happened,
Oh,
because
my
I would have
God.
nipped that.
And here's the thing that sucks. Dealing with her it took so much time. I didn't even get to my closing joke.
Wait, what show was this?
This
last
was
one.
the last show.
the last one.
This is the last show. Now, it was a great show, and the audience probably doesn't know I didn't get to my closer. But the closer is the joke that's, I'm
Yeah.
trying to get to that point. But she was so long that I got the light, and I was like, dang, I can't even get to this joke. Now, they were laughing when I dealt with her, but it's like, bro, they're like, come on. But tell me your story about the last time you were in Lexington before.
Oh no, there was and I'm sure I'm assuming she had something, like I was like, this has got to be like she's on the spectrum or something. This can't just be alcohol.
Yeah.
But it got so bad in the shows that I would literally be like, y'all, don't embarrass me up in here. I was like, we are in my hometown. I don't know if you're from here or not, but don't be up in here talking. Don't nobody want to hear you. You're not nobody booked you.
Nobody books you. You're not as funny as you think. It's not as fun as you think. Just hush.
But yeah, go ahead.
No. And also, I just want y'all to know, COVID. I know we feel cool and all that stuff. I know y'all want pictures, and on almost any other occasion, I would take them. But y'all, think about it. Here's what I want y'all to know, because I'm not coming out.
He's not coming out.
And
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
coming
tell
out anymore of the other days.
Yeah, Angel was in there. Oh yeah, come on, kiss me in the mouth. Kiss me in the mouth. Here's
That's
my
not what I
sands,
did.
my sores. Angel over here making us look bad. But here's what I want y'all to understand. You just want one picture, and again, next year we'll be back to picture taking more than likely. You just want one picture. You just think it's one person. There's 100 of you.
Yes.
Times 5 shows.
Yes.
I want to protect my COVID ain't gone. You know what I'm saying? The numbers just dropped, but it ain't gone. 100 pictures times 5 shows, 500 people.
Yeah.
Times 4 weekends. That's 2,000 people.
It's
That's
a lot.
I'm not trying to come in contact with that many people. So just understand, my heart is in the picture. My body is in the green room. I can't do it this year. And I don't want to feel bad about it. I'm not going to, because if I get sick, that means somebody's whole show gonna be missed. That whole weekend, maybe
that
two.
means my money is gone and I'm gonna fight somebody. No, and Lexington was so hard because Kevin was like, Angel happened. The issue
Away.
The issue was one, to get out of the club, I have to go behind the audience. So as I'm walking, trying to get out, people who actually know me, people who actually care about, people who are at my wedding, people who could actually call me on the phone are coming towards me, and they're like, okay, let's grab a picture. And so I'm like, okay, quick. Yeah. But then obviously, then people come up after that and that I don't know who just look like little babies. Hi. Hello. Fresh is our next ad. And I'm going to tell you what, they are amazing. You understand me? They are a meal delivery service, and they are perfect for the person who just doesn't either know how to cook. I actually have my assistant getting it because she doesn't eat. And I was like, we're going to get you on HelloFresh. I'm going to give you my discount code, okay? It's perfect for the person who's too busy to be creative and come up with delicious meals. Or it's just perfect for the person who likes to eat good.
Yeah, like me and Angel and Joshy.
Yes, and save money.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. HelloFresh has these amazing pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes that are delivered right to your door, so you don't have to go to the grocery store. You don't have to do grocery shopping, because I know people be like, oh, I just order my groceries. You still have to remember what you need to order. You ain't got to do that with HelloFresh.
You ain't got to.
They put everything together, okay? And they make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that is why they are America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh offers 27 plus recipes to choose from each week. And what's really great is, depending on whatever your dietary restrictions are, they're able to, accommodate that. Whether you are vegan, vegetarian, keto, they've got something, and it's going to be gourmet, okay?
Gourmet, kiss.
I definitely love HelloFresh while our
Hungry
kids... What'd you say?
I said on the hungry homies.
On the hungry homies. HelloFresh is what me and Marcus are going to be depending on while the kids are out of town, because we won't be obviously needing as much food, needing as many snacks. So being able to just have HelloFresh come to the house, know what we're actually going to be cooking for the evening, because I am done and tired of spending all this money on Postmates, DoorDash, Uber Eats. You're not going to be spending all that money. You're going to be saving so much money. It's like 72% cheaper than a restaurant meal, especially if you're getting delivered, and 28% cheaper than doing your grocery shopping at your local grocery store.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So this is what I want you to do. All right, guys. Go to HelloFresh.com/12SK
12SK.
and use the code 12SK
12SK.
for 12 free meals, including free shipping. Do you understand? Go to HelloFresh.com/SK. 12SK.
12SK.
There we go. And use the code 12SK
12SK.
for 12 free meals, including free shipping. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
So trust me, guys, we love you. We love you. We love you. We are vaccinated, but the vaccine doesn't prevent you from getting COVID. It just lessens the chance of you going to the hospital or getting severely sick.
Yeah.
But we would have to cancel at least a weekend of show, and more than likely 2 weekends of shows.
Right.
So charge it to our health and not our heart.
Right. Because it don't even matter that I'm taking Ritual. You could get me sick if I am out here hugging you all the time. And even though Ritual be keeping me feeling really healthy, it does. It fills in all the gaps in my diet. It gives me all the energy. The reason why I'm able to rock out 5 shows on a weekend, and spend time with my family, go to the courthouse with my sister at 6 a.m. and shoot a...
We need to talk about that. But yeah, and shoot a food show while we're on the road.
Okay.
Did I talk about that?
I don't know.
No, I just meant to tell you about yourself.
Oh, God, Jesus. I don't know what myself did. Ritual is the reason why I'm able to get all this done and not be a puddle of mess at the end of the day, because I am feeding my body premium fuel.
Premium fuel with Ritual.
Ritual. There's no synthetic fillers, no artificial colorants, okay? No major allergens, no GMOs or sugars, okay? It is in a bioavailable form that my body recognizes, so it's able to, my body's able to use as much of this vitamin as possible. What's also great is that it has a delayed release type of situation. So, as I've explained before, but I'm gonna explain it to y'all again. What happens is that when you take it, all of your nutrients are absorbed in your lower intestines. With the delayed release, the body is able to break it down in the stomach lining, but then the vitamins actually make it to your lower intestines. These other cheap vitamins, they break up completely in your stomach, and you do not absorb anything.
Yeah, that's right.
Very small portion. So Ritual makes it so that you're getting the most out of your vitamin every day. And you just take 2 pills daily. Also, you know, me and Kevin are different. We ain't the same. Little Josh, he's only 18.
He's a little wavy
very
baby.
different than us.
Not
He's
18
on
years
the
old.
who's
Okay.
un baby.
He's a baby. So Ritual knows that. They know that our bodies need different things. So they have some for women, men, and teens like Joshua. So Ritual makes healthy habits easy, and your multivitamins will be delivered to your door every month with free shipping. And you can always start, snooze, or cancel your subscription at any time. And if you don't love Ritual within your first month, they'll refund your first order. So get key nutrients without the BS. Ritual is offering our listeners 10% off during your first 3 months. Visit ritual.com/crew to start your ritual today. Again, visit ritual.com/crew. That is KREW to start your ritual today.
By the way, before we move off of this DC Young Fly thing, let me tell you this. I will hit you with the microphone stand.
Huh?
If I feel threatened,
Oh.
if somebody rushes the stage, I will hit them with the microphone stand or the stool.
Oh, your purse?
No. Purse ain't got enough bite to it. I will hit you.
Okay.
I will go home safely to my family.
Amen.
I'm assuming if you run on the stage, you have ill intentions.
Amen.
I will hit you with that wood,
Amen.
that wooden stool. I keep it right next to me. Not
with
that
the
wood.
wood,
That
Ken.
only one person get hit with that wood. The other people get hit with the wooden stool. Please. And by the grace of God, stage crew, they don't be about that.
No.
But there don't be only stage crew in there. There be some people in there that just come to comedy clubs. I don't know what they be thinking. I got heckled before. Just let you know, I will hit you. Don't.
Bye,
And I'm
bye.
250. I'm bigger in person.
When I found out it's on us to kick people out, I'm kicking the first
Oh.
person I can out.
I'm people don't think I'm tall. I'm over 6 foot and I'm 250.
I'm a man.
Plus adrenaline. I will hurt your body.
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
hurt your body.
Don't do what you
I will hurt you. I'll be like that woman getting her dog from that bear last week. Did you see that?
Oh, yes. She was
She
not
straight
playing.
pushed the bear like it was a middle school brawl.
Yeah.
The bear was like, "What are you? I'm a bear. What are you?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that."
Yeah, she didn't know what was going to happen, but she's like, I'm going to give it a try.
I'm gonna give the dog. I think she probably went home and was like, "What the heck did I just do?"
Oh, I would have died. I would have died right there. That bear would have ate me. Died. Now, wait a minute. What we got to cover? You going to tell me about myself? What?
Angel's sister is a judge.
Yes.
Sweetheart. Angel's family.
The whole family.
Oh, Mama Dorothy
Here,
welcomed
hey,
us with open
sorry, leave
arms.
Mama Dorothy's crib. Let's
Oh, let me tell you what. I thought Atlanta was a move. Lexington, it's Atlanta, but 3 times the land.
Yeah.
And less than a tenth of the people.
Oh, yeah.
Now my hideaway is in
She
Lexington.
lives on a golf course.
Mama Dorothy lived on a golf course. My kids was in there getting big musty in her backyard,
Oh, yeah,
running
they were having a
around.
good time.
Kids
She
were getting
cooked.
poison ivy. It was great.
Black eyes, blood. We were climbing
yeah.
trees.
When Isaiah came outside and said, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, yeah. Is that right?
Joe was throwing sticks. I was like, this is old school playing. Sticks and black
Stick.
eyes.
Yeah, that's what we had.
and we climbed trees in her front yard.
You did climb a tree.
If first of all, the reason I
mean-
stopped because I when I went to move up, because I used to climb trees like that, I used to flip upside down. We used to be up there. All kind of tree was in my eyes and
In
nose.
your nose,
and
yeah.
I was like temporarily like, oh snap, I got all this tree. I had this tree in my eye for
It
like
was hanging off
a
that
day and a
lens
half.
like a sloth.
Bless your heart.
Josh, I used to do that, and then I would pull myself up. It was a great time. But anyway,
The pulling up didn't.
Angel's sister is a judge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Angel went to her job
Oh, yeah.
during her job and got in was it the witness stand?
No, so like the clerks sit on one side. I guess it could have been the witness stand. That's where she said I could sit.
Angel was in there taking selfies during real
He
court.
was like, guilty.
Oh, I vlogged. It's going to be in the vlog.
Did you vlog?
You know I did.
I said, was the court started? She was like, no, that was on too. I was in there.
We was in there. Yeah.
Angel's family is great.
Thank you.
We met Daisy, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Goddaughter Victory. She graduated into goddaughterness.
Yes. So happy about it. You met-
Melissa.
You met Jackie. You met a bunch of.
Mama Dorothy had.
Victory went on that dinner.
She did.
It was terrible.
She did. That's because she should have been at that
She
show.
should have been
Yeah.
the first show. Wouldn't be terrible.
I broke my number one rule, which is to do nothing after a red eye.
Yeah.
I woke up early.
did.
We went down to Saul's Good Pizza. We ate. We had Kentucky Mules. We laughed. We drank. We had cat. It was great.
They did. I threw my husband a surprise retirement. And this was the thing. I wasn't going to invite you all, but then I said I'll never hear the end of
Oh,
I wish you wouldn't
Angel.
have invited us.
There would have been a hot pile of poop on that desk when you came back had you had a party and I was in town. You let me decide I'm too tired.
it. And that is what I did. But I knew that I knew you would say yes, but I was like, I want you to know there is no obligation. I'm not trying to invite you to make you feel bad if you don't come, but I knew you would make me feel bad if I didn't invite you all.
Oh, yeah.
You-
Especially if we're in the same city.
Oh, if I would have seen on your story that you was over there, how surprise, and we was.
I would have been
See,
surprised.
I'm getting upset at the thought
I
of the
would have been
thought.
surprised, Kev.
Oh, Angel, and we was right there.
Yes.
Everything
yes.
nothing but 15 minutes away in Lexington.
Listen, I went to surprise Marcus. I was late on the surprise. I turned to say surprise. He was looking at me in my eyes. I was like,
It was like the worst. We walked in and I'm thinking I'm going to hear surprise. We see Kevin and we hear a surprise. Surprise.
It's Josh's fault. I kept looking to see Marcus.
So like,
Right?
randomly, I'll be like, "Oh, Kev would be like,
He did that like 4 times. So when Marcus really came, I was like, ha ha, very funny. So I was like, I'm gonna look. He saw me. So I was super delayed. So you can blame Joshua.
"No."
Joshua is the reason I didn't trust myself no more.
So
Everybody else
funny.
said that he was coming.
No, because you lied to me and I trusted you.
I was like, but he was still, it was still very nice. And I'm grateful that you all showed up. I feel like we're really real friends now because you all met my family.
Listen, had we not had a show, I would have been on your mom's that back patio knocked out.
And she would have let you.
Cause she made salmon and baked chicken
Greens.
thighs.
She wanted to make so much more. I said, no, Mama, they're not going to eat. We're just going to pretend taste.
And we're lucky it wasn't reversed.
Oh,
If we would have
yeah.
went to that restaurant first, we'd
Yeah.
have been at your mom's house till 20 minutes before the show.
Oh, yeah.
know
Yeah,
that
she
much.
would have loved it. She would have just protected y'all. Y'all don't go out there and bother them. They resting. Yeah, but no, it was great.
So I want to move on. Cat Williams was in the news. We actually had this on the docket before he said this, so we'll talk about what he said,
Well,
and
tell
then
him
we'll
what
talk
he
about.
said. Tell him what he said.
Listen, in case you miss it, let's
Just
see what
in case.
Cat Williams
The
said.
issue becomes, okay, let's say you do have it. You've got the crown. Well, part of the rest of this is how you carry it, how you hold it, and how long you keep it up there. And so that's what the Tony Bakers and the Tahirs and that's what these new guys bring to that forum is, Kev on stage.
Woo.
These guys are giving you different variations of our craft, and that's important as well.
Let me tell you
What
what.
if it was your voice when it just ducked out? It was Kev on stage.
I would have done that. I would have done that.
Yeah.
One, I was very surprised.
Why? I don't know why you're surprised anymore. Everybody knows who you are.
I don't know about that, Angel.
Will Smith said, my boy, Kevin.
But somebody typed that for him. He didn't say that out of his own very
But he
own
now
little
knows
mouth.
who the heck you are.
He does. He had to see a cut of one of the episodes.
He knows who you are.
So he probably told Cat. But no, a lot of the old heads of all industries are aware of what's happening.
Yeah.
Jay-Z knows about new rappers. Cat knows about new comedians. What I appreciate is the understanding that stand-up now is different than stand-up 20 years ago.
100%. Yeah.
Most of us stand-up comedians can't just be funny on stage.
No.
It used to be you funny on stage and lead to a TV or movie or both. And that was most of the, and then you usually come back on the road after that. That was usually the life of a comedian.
Yeah.
Now we are podcasters, especially us. We're actors in our own app. We do content. We create content on social media to be enjoyed, reels, all type of stuff. And then we also still do the craft. So I feel like you just have to do more now to gain an audience, right?
Yeah.
Back then, man, Jerry Seinfeld, funny, Tonight Show. Tonight Show more road gigs, Seinfeld, that's it.
Yeah.
He did not have to podcast. He didn't have to
No.
create reels. He didn't have to learn about TikTok. He didn't have to edit his own videos. Like, we have to do more to gain. And it feels good for people who like Cat Cat Williams' special, Pimp Chronicles, is Melissa's favorite stand-up special of all time. And it is fantastic. Cat is one of the greatest comedians of all time. Where you rank him is personal, but other comedians know of Cat's greatness. So it was super dope to hear him talk about Kev on Stage, Tony and Tahir in that way.
Yeah.
But the reason that Cat Williams was even on our radar was because of his thoughts on cancel culture.
Oh.
That's my thing not doing what I want it to do.
What do you want what to do what?
Judgment and repercussion from cancel culture.
If you ask all of the people that didn't make it to the NBA, if you ask them if we just lowered the goal down another foot, they will all tell you they make it. Nobody likes the out of bounds, but the out of bounds gotta be there, or you'll run up in the stands, right? So some of these things are for the benefit of everything. Nobody likes the speed limit, but it's necessary. Nobody likes the shoulder of the road, but it's there for a reason. My point is, people weren't all that extremely funny back when they could say whatever they wanted to say.
Come on.
At the end of the day, there's no cancel culture. Cancellation doesn't have its own culture. That was people of color. That was us policing our own culture. That was people without a voice being trashed by people just because they had a bigger name than them and more money than them and a better office than them. They could sweep them up under the rug like they didn't matter. I don't know what people we think got canceled that we wish we had back. I don't even know who are they. It's done for the reasons it's done for, and it helped who it helped. If all that's going to happen is we have to be more sensitive in the way that we talk, isn't that what we want anyway? I'm saying your job as a comedian is to please the most amount of people with your art. So if you want to offend somebody, nobody took those words away from you. Dirty bitch ain't been taken away. You can say that, but don't call somebody this word when you know this affects all of these people. Don't use the R word when you really mean people on the spectrum. Don't say this word instead of saying autistic. Don't say this word instead of saying little people. Look, if these are the confines that keep you from doing the craft God put you to, then it probably ain't for you. That's all.
Angel, I'd love your thoughts first.
I feel like boundaries breed creativity. That's the reason why Black people have always been considered some of the best in comedy, because we've had so many restrictions on life. That's the reason why a lot of times people see a lot of the really famous non-Black comedians are Jewish people because of how many struggles and things that they've gone through here in America. So I truly feel as though in regards to cancel culture, in regards to us having to be, as Kat said, more sensitive to all groups of people, I do completely agree. I feel like it's just all it's going to do is sharpen how you perform. It doesn't make it more difficult, but yes, but then the cream will rise to the top.
That is the art form part of stand-up.
Yeah.
The art form is, okay, this is no longer acceptable to say, but what is? Here's the line. And sometimes you have to cross the line in order to know where it's from. That's why I have no problem deleting videos. Sometimes I take a wrong take, or it's not, position. There's a video I'm working on right now, and I'm watching. I'm like, okay, how do I preface this the right way? Especially on the internet.
Yeah.
Because our response is, you know what I'm saying? So, but on the stage, funny people are still funny.
Yeah.
The lines there, it has to be maneuvered across. I think we have a plethora of material to choose from.
Yeah.
You just have to be clever in how you say what you say.
Yes.
You can't just go out like a lot of times. Listen, one of the things that I realized I learned because I don't cuss on stage is sometimes just having a cuss word makes something funny that
You
really
are
probably wasn't that funny.
100% correct.
Just the right placed F word is funny.
Yeah.
Right? When you don't have that in your arsenal, you got to find out another way to get that same sort of laugh without, I don't want to say a crutch, but without using that tool. Because sometimes it's fun. Like some of Bernie Mac stuff, I'm not saying it's funny because he was cussing. It was just that was good, clean cussing. It was funny. It's funny to me, Kevin. But when you don't have that, you better be more clever. Now, when you can't just go out and say this person is that person is this, then you have to learn to be more clever. And people who are good at comedy will find a way.
Listen, you remember I told you before you even got to see my set of a topic matter that I wanted to bring up, and you were like, I do it in my set, so if you go back, you can kind of remember. You were like, "Oh, you're being really bold," but it was so fun trying to write that joke because I knew one wrong step would have that joke be so offensive and not.
Absolutely.
So it was good for me, a brain exercise, to be like, now how can I say this so that people know I'm not making fun of a group of people, but this is a reflection on myself. And a lot of people don't want to have to do that work.
They don't want to have to. That's the hard work of comedy.
There's so much hard work that we don't want to do. I mean, that's why we use ShipStation to not have to do the hard work of getting merchandise that's being sold on different websites out and fulfilled to our customers. You guys, this episode of Here's the Thing is sponsored by ShipStation. And we've talked about how we are in a very busy time right now, and being productive is of the essence. We don't have any room for error when it comes to being efficient, effective, and productive. That is why ShipStation is so imperative for that to be something that we use in our businesses. So let me explain to you what ShipStation does so you can understand why we use it. ShipStation funnels all your orders into one simple interface that you can manage from anywhere, even on your cell phone. So if you sell stuff on Etsy, Amazon, or your own website, trying to remember, did I fulfill the orders over on Amazon? Did I fulfill the orders over on Etsy? That is going to become just a cluster, what. So for me and Marcus, as we have united forces and he's over our merch, I got stuff on Mama Likes. He's got stuff on his website, and then he'll start selling some stuff on Etsy. Using ShipStation is going to allow him to know that we fulfilled every order from every website on time. Plus, we get amazing discounts from major carriers like UPS, FedEx, and USPS. And let me tell y'all, getting this merchandise out is not free. You gotta pay. So you want all the discounts you can get, and ShipStation is able to offer that. And you can choose the best solution every single time. There's no wonder that ShipStation is the #1 shipping software for e-commerce sellers with more 5-star reviews than anyone else. So this is what we would like you to do.
What's that, Angel?
We want you to ship more in less time. Just use our offer code CREW to get a 60-day free trial. That's 2 months free of no hassle, stress-free shipping. Just go to ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page, and type in CREW. That is KREW. That's ShipStation.com. Enter offer code CREW. Just go out there and make ship happen. All right.
Final thoughts on what Kat said. I appreciate the evolution of stand-up comedy. I agree with the boundaries part of it. And the truth is, you can actually say what you want to say. You can be as vulgar and offensive as possible. Yep. You're just going to have to deal with the consequences of that too.
100%.
Nobody's ever stopping you from doing that. There's a lot of comedians who get out there and talk crazy and all that stuff and offend every single person in the world. And they just got to deal with the consequences of that. You're going to have to build an audience so strong that you don't need Hollywood or anybody else to do that. And most comedians want mainstream success. So you can do whatever you want, say whatever you want, and people will buy tickets because a lot of people think like that anyway. But you're not gonna get no brand deals. You're not gonna get no TV shows. You're not gonna get no movies.
100%. And I'm glad that what's really great about it is that it's Cat Williams who said it. Someone who is an OG in comedy, because a lot of times those are the people that are typically the hardest to adjust. Like, I know being a 40-year-old woman, I'm stuck in my ways in a lot of ways. And it is hard. I'm not going to pretend like, oh, yeah, whenever there's a change for the better, I just go for it. Let's do it. I can be resistant to certain changes as well. So the fact that he is someone, it's easy for someone who's starting out in comedy in their 20s to be like, of course you don't say a bunch of offensive stuff, of course, because you never had a time in comedy where you were allowed to say, like when you look at Eddie Murphy's comedy, which is, I think it's Raw, I was like, oh my, I watched it like 2 years ago again, and I was like, this is so offensive.
Listen, Bernie Mac's joke on Keep Your Distance, Kings of
Kings
Comedy.
of Comedy?
The one that got him the Bernie Mac show.
Yeah.
He could not do that joke that
Never.
way today. And he even, I don't know if this has been verified, but somebody said he said that he wouldn't do that joke like that. But I remember at the time I watched that, him downstairs, all that, it didn't bother me at all.
Of course,
It
yeah.
went viral like a year ago or 2 years ago. I was like, oh.
Yes.
You can't say none of that stuff here.
No.
Get on away from here, Bernie. You
Don't
can't
say them
talk
words.
like this no more.
Yeah. So to have someone like Kat who grew up in this industry at a time where things like that were acceptable, being able to say, no, this is good. It's good for us to have boundaries, I think is great because, again, me being, a summer chicken, I know how hard it can be.
It just clicked what you meant.
Oh, summer
You're
chicken.
not a spring chicken. I'm a summer chicken.
I'm a summer chicken. When you've been doing something one way and you thought it was okay to do, and then not all of a sudden, but then you realize it's not okay to do, trying to turn the car around kind of to go in a better direction can sometimes be difficult. So I am glad that he is not a part of, it's just too difficult. Now I can't be funny. Oh, now what happened to freedom of speech? What happened to this? And that he's like, no, this protects people. Like,
Also, just a reminder again, people, freedom of speech means the government can't throw you in jail and stuff.
Right.
It doesn't mean there's not other consequences. People just say freedom of speech. You have freedom of speech.
Right.
You can say what you want and the government can't throw you in jail. That doesn't mean a person who's offended won't sock you.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you won't lose your job.
I mean,
You
if
just
they
won't-
can throw you in jail for certain, if you inciting
Right.
a riot,
Well,
they'll throw you in jail.
That's in the freedom of speech. You can't
Yeah.
yell fire, and you can't threaten the president. But
Right.
freedom of speech meant you won't go to jail. The main reason it came about, so you won't go to jail for criticizing the government.
Right.
That's the
Exactly.
main thing.
Right.
Right. So hush. Also, when you start talking about cars, I thought you were gonna be like, and this episode brought to you by Cars Turning Around. You need to turn your car around. I don't trust you.
I
is
was
what I'm
on
saying.
one today.
You
Let me
were
tell you.
in your BA double G.
Listen, they
One
got me
G.
my snack because I was so hungry. I was having hunger pains before we started, and I was like, they're gonna have to hear me chew at first because I was losing my mind. But once I got that glucose in me, now I'm good.
Real quick, did you finish High on the Hog?
Yeah.
Okay, before we talk about that, I want to shout out Issa Rae real quick, and then we'll finish with High on the Hog. Issa Rae, I seen this headline on the Hollywood Reporter. Issa Rae joins Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse sequel. That's here. That's Miles Morales.
That's great.
That probably, no lie, is my favorite Spider-Man movie.
It's because it is the best one.
Into the Spider-Verse, I was like, my kids loved it.
Yes.
It was, the animation alone was so new and dope, but the storyline, Miles Morales, I loved it. Doc Ock, Catherine Hahn was Doc Ock. Loved it. And Tom Holland, after that's probably my favorite live action Spider-Man and his movies, because he's the most like Spider-Man that I grew up on.
You talking about the young boy who's doing him now?
the most recent.
He's great. He's great.
Andrew Garfield, he was too hush. Toby, what am I say? Toby
Maguire.
Toby Maguire. Spider-Man 3, this alone.
The point down the street and it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. They told him to do it. But yeah.
But I hate it.
Tom Holland.
But Tom Holland's my boy.
He's great.
But Miles Morales is that's my favorite Spider-Man movie. The reason Issa doing this is so impactful, she started out right on the YouTube.
She did.
And in 5 years, or 6 years, I think Insecure is going to a 5th season, but I think they took a season off or something.
I mean, you talking about just for Insecure? I was
Time.
about to say, what about?
I'm talking about the last
Black
5 or
Girl?
6 years.
Yeah.
She has went from Awkward Black Girl to Insecure to Hooray Productions to leading in movies to starting. She has like 5 or 6 shows on HBO Max. She basically is HBO Max right now. And then she still got time to be Spider-Girl.
Yeah.
Black girl. Spider.
Yeah.
In the universe.
In the universe.
She can do no. She put so many people on. Executive produced Black Lady Sketch Show, which was my first real TV credit. Lends her license, not license, her power to that. She's always in an episode or two. This is what happens when you let black people rock. Black women rock specifically.
Yeah, Issa is officially a titan. She's officially a titan in this industry, and I don't know if she's doing it fearlessly, but it looks like it from my vantage point. That she is just, and it's so funny because I think people forget, like she had a deal with ABC at first, and then that didn't happen.
Way back with Shonda Rhimes.
Yeah, with Shonda Rhimes, and that didn't happen, and then the HBO happened, and it's just. And then even like how Awkward Black Girl started to how it ended, I don't know if people just realize like how much, I don't know what the word is. It's not just gumption and stick-to-itiveness, but like she is just out here murdering it. Like she will forever now, she has cemented herself in the game, not just as a black, not just in black culture, but she has to be recognized all across the board.
Everybody gonna see that movie.
There are white people not pulling off what she's pulling off. There are white men.
Absolutely. And more power to her.
I love it.
I can't wait. Apparently she grew up loving Spider-Man. So her friends, she posted some stuff where her friends were following her. The only problem with Issa, and I gotta critique her. I do have to do this, and I usually don't critique black women. But I do have one problem with her, and I really haven't spoken about this publicly, but I have to say it.
Tell him.
She won't invite me to the parties.
Do you not have her number?
I do, but I don't play that card. You know, I don't hit her.
This is the thing. When you can be direct with a person,
they keep happening.
I think it's time.
They keep happening.
Say,
yacht parties in Malibu, and Diddy's there. Yvonne, Lil Rel. I don't see myself.
Yvonne's friend of the pod.
Yvonne's friend of the pod.
She is.
And I get it, Yvonne. Listen, my invitation ain't yours.
Right.
My problem not with Yvonne Orgy.
Do not go through Yvonne. You have to go direct.
Hello, Miss Issa, Miss.
My goal is career-wise. We must have, maybe it's because we ain't worked together cast-wise.
No, just call her and ask her.
Can't.
Why can't you?
I'm not gonna call her and be like, "Why did you invite me to the last
No, that's not
party?"
how you. That's not.
What
no,
do
that's
I do?
Passive aggressive. You say exactly what you're wanting.
I want to go and laugh at your house of the party place.
Yeah.
I want to be on the yacht going, hey.
Say,
But home by
Issa.
8 because sleep.
Issa, I know we're not that close. However,
How can we get closer?
no, because that's not really what you want. You just want to go to the party. Okay. Issa, I know we're not that close, but if you ever have an extra spot or two, it has to be 2 because my wife is not going to let Melissa's not going to let you go by yourself. If you ever have an extra 2 spots to your party, I would love to come.
I love parties.
And I am a good party person.
Good
I cause
party
no
person.
problems.
Cause no problem. I bring stuff. I can chip in.
Yeah.
Good
just ask.
vibes. Nobody's ever been like, he's at the party. The vibes are less
And
now.
the thing is, all she can say is yes or no.
But if she says no,
Then you can stop wanting it because it's not going to happen.
at least there'll be some closure.
Yes. Case closed. You're not invited.
My thing is, my plan. I like your plan. Won't do it though. I'm gonna take that into account when I do what I want to do.
I'm going to put this clip up. It just keep
I'll clip it for
DMing
you,
to
Angel.
her. Yes.
Don't you do it, Josh.
Yes.
Don't you clip split and split. Then
Yes,
don't you pull it out and post it.
pull, post.
I will now be such a titan in the industry that it's like, dang, it'll be a slight. Wow, Kev wasn't there. This is crazy. Gossip blogs must be.
That's
You know
happening.
she respects you, and
I
you
know she does.
You know that
I talk to her on DMs. I congratulate her all the time. I want her to know she is like, it's so dope, man, to really like, I remember when I heard about Awkward Black Girl, my homeboy was like, and this is the best word of mouth. I was at my homeboy Lil's house back when I worked at Boeing. He was like, yo, have you heard this Awkward Black Girl web series?
It was so good.
And I was like, nah, what is it? And we sat there and watched the first episode, and I was like,
it was so good.
It was so good, and she kept that. Insecure is a different show, but it has the heart of Awkward Black Girl.
Yes,
right?
absolutely,
But it
absolutely.
explores so much more than Awkward Black Girl could as a web series.
Of course.
But I watched her go from there to Pharrell to Tracy Edmonds to, she was in the Happy music video with Pharrell. I mean,
Yeah.
Pharrell's YouTube channel, I Am Other, which was season 2 of The Choir was on there. And then Insecure. And once she got to HBO,
It's game over.
I
The
mean-
show was such a success. Such a success. They did such a good job in casting, such a good job telling a story that had not been told in a long time, which is what is it like being in your late 20s trying to figure out life?
and that's such a, and
As a
I
black
love
person.
it because it's just black. It ain't trauma. It ain't overly
It's not.
nothing. It is just regular black. I've seen myself in some of them stories.
I definitely don't see myself at all, and that's not the life I lived at that
Mm-hmm.
age, but I know it's the life that other people around me were living, and I love being able to peep into other people's life.
Oh yeah, my
I love
boy
it.
from All Deaf, he was like, "This is my life at this moment."
Yes, that's what I
currently.
felt like. I was already married at this age,
Yeah.
getting ready to buy a house. So I said, this is not the life that I lived, but I still enjoy watching what so many other people are more than likely going through. So
And y'all, Stage Crew, do not go invite me on y'all behalf. Y'all know y'all be getting excited. Don't do that. Y'all
no,
gonna ruin,
that's embarrassing.
y'all will ruin the whole thing. Don't campaign for me. Y'all don't. I'm just playing.
I'm not clipping it. It's not. That was,
Yeah,
it
I'm
was
just
all-
playing.
all for
All right,
fun,
just
joking.
playing.
No, I
Y'all-
am going to
y'all-
send her the
I'm
clip,
just playing.
but he,
Okay,
you
so
all
I'll
don't.
clip it then for you.
All right. As we, I wanted to talk about this Netflix show,
Mm-hmm.
High on the Hog. It's a limited series. Let me tell you what.
Oh man.
If you have not watched it,
It's so good.
fam, I thought, we're shooting a food show, so I've been watching more food content than I usually would. This is not that.
No.
This
No.
is,
a
first of all,
documentary. It's a documentary.
Netflix was big flexing on me. I was like, "Dang, y'all went
And
to,
I was like,
Benin.
I was like, every shot looks like this.
Y'all gonna just go? Oh, y'all big droning."
I said the fact that he's using a butter knife every shot, this is a different quality. Every single time he ate, he had a butter knife. I said, we ain't had a butter knife not at one restaurant.
We've been eating with our hands.
We're eating with our hands.
So the premise of the show, if you haven't watched it, me, Angel, I don't know if you watched it, Josh.
I
You
watched
watched
the first episode when I got home Sunday.
Okay. So I don't know the guy's name. I'm sorry, but he's a food critic and chef. He's basically the High on the Hog was a book a black woman wrote, and he developed the series is developed on that, and it basically tells you how African American cuisine
She's on the show too.
Yeah, she's on the show too. She's in the first episode.
And yeah.
How African American cuisine, well, it's not even African American, how African cuisine and then African American cuisine influenced American cuisine. So I thought, and I love history and I love food. So I was like, oh, this is right up my
It
alley.
was gonna be heavy, bro.
Woo!
My God.
The emotions in that first episode.
Yes.
When he cried and she was there, like, come on. I was like, first of all, crying and a black woman like coaxing you to cry.
You
But the
said I can't.
setting.
Oh, I was already there before he got there.
Me too. I was like in my living room, like, ooh, it was more real than in some ways it was more real than even a movie had been.
Yeah.
Well,
Walking
yeah.
down that path that took 4 days, and then like being in the mind of an enslaved person who is like not knowing what's happening, and a crazy part that really hurt me. He was talking to one of the black kind of elders in the village, and he was like, we played our own part in slavery.
Yeah, you have to. It would not have happened without the participation.
That
of our
acknowledgement,
people.
though,
Yeah.
it like that,
Yeah.
But I feel like you kind of feel like everybody was stolen, but it wasn't everybody.
No,
people
no.
were sold
People were sold
from
off.
and that hurt, it stung.
It's just the thought of, and I ain't gonna talk about it too much because it does make me emotional. The thought that people never got to go back home. That's the big reason why I want to go back. He said it, but I've said it before too. I want to take them back. Just going back home to Kentucky.
Just Kentucky.
It's like, oh, reset. Go back to LA. The fact that like they really never saw what they knew, what they had grown accustomed to ever again it's just like it breaks my heart.
Angel, I was like, oh, I am overcome with emotions. I'm sad boy sad.
Sad boy sad.
But it's not, it doesn't stay there.
No.
It's a story of the sadness that starts there and the trauma there, but it's mostly the resilience and the adaptiveness of Black people. And it's probably the most particular point is the debate between, or the confusion between yams and sweet potatoes.
Yes.
And they go to a market and she picks up a yam, right? Which she says looks like an elephant foot, and it really does.
It does.
It is very clearly and very obviously not a sweet potato.
No, not at
all.
Not at all.
I mean, you would never confuse them. So she explains that when, enslaved Africans were brought to the United States or the New World for them, they didn't have yams.
Right.
Yams were not native at that time. And the closest thing was the sweet potato.
Yeah.
So they basically flipped the sweet potato and cooked it and ate it like yams. And then they called it yams.
Yeah.
And that's why Black people be like, we have candied yams.
Right.
Well, really, come on, it's so sad but so happy. You're connecting back to your roots.
Yeah.
Of the yam that you can't because you don't have that.
Because you don't have
but
it.
you want that, and then the same thing happens with the pig. Like, we created all the hog mog and chitlins and pig's feet. It wasn't out of desire to eat the worst parts of the pig. It was about that's what you got.
Yeah, that's all they gave you was the undesirable.
The undesirable. And Black people, if we don't do nothing else, we gonna make it do what it do. This all we got. Okay, we gonna flip that, and now you like, oh, hold up, now that way, now the chitlins is.
Black people have been making the struggle look lit for a very long time, and and that's why people keep jacking our swagger, because we have been having to like make things work, make things do what it does. Something that I thought was actually interesting, it's a little off topic, is that he was like, we did not consume hog every day. This was like he was like, it was a seasonal thing to get us through the winter. And I was like, wow. Because I know a lot of people, there is a 2 rules of thumb when it comes to soul food. There are those of us who still really love it because it is so much a part of our tradition. And there are people who are backing away from it because it does a lot of harm to the body.
Yeah.
But to know that, like, even when it was something that, we were just trying to make do with what we were doing, we still were doing the healthier things as possible. We weren't like, let's just eat pork every day and have our cholesterol up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were still doing the things that would make us have the survival of the fittest. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, 1,000%. I thought that was really crazy. Not crazy, but interesting. The part where they talked about George Washington's chef and Thomas Jefferson's chefs being the first celebrity chefs.
Come on.
Hercules. And I'm just like, Black folks, we gon' listen.
Oh, sorry.
Let me tell y'all, we gon' do it better.
Yeah.
Thomas Jefferson took his chef to France to train under French people. He created the mac and cheese, and now I'm like, this why it means so much to me when the white people go and mess it up. Because I knew it was important to us. I didn't know we created it like that.
What was dope was because I was like, okay, there are no, ovens in the way that we modernized way that we use them now. And I was like, so how are they gonna make this mac and cheese? And when they put that thing in a Dutch oven and put the coals on top of it, I was like, you do bake it. They've been baking it forever.
And that's the part of the one thing Black people, we do have the culture.
Yeah.
That connection to our ancestors in time before and passing that off to our children in language, fashion, music. Like, it's why little kids know Luther.
Yeah.
It ain't like Zay Zay and JoJo and them, like, they done heard Luther, Never Too Much, Earth, Wind and Fire. Like, you pass off your parents' music, and that's hip hop is the musical version of the food show.
Let me tell you. Okay, so this is what I'm going to say, and I'm going to try to get my thoughts as articulate as possible. This is why, as you and I have come up, and as the newer generations, we have more access to education. We have more access to what people would call the finer things in life. So a lot of times people will begin to look down upon things that don't reflect the education that we have gotten. So like, for instance, you know, we look at, you just brought up hip hop. Some people be like, ugh, hip hop. It's, you know, it doesn't have any type of complexity as some other things. But a lot of times people don't realize that we are just being drawn to our history. So the same thing with like soul food. Like people will be like, you're not feeding yourself well. We're connecting to not just our immediate history here, but all the way back to Africa. Well, and y'all gonna think I'm BSing, but even when me twerking and people are like, Angel, you've got to calm down. That is so directly connected.
That's heritage.
And I'm dead serious.
And like, no, seriously, like you can almost draw a line. I've seen like documentaries how they connect twerking to how tribes dance, and they was twerking back there. So you throwing that thing.
Got the best.
You throwing that thing. You're paying homage.
When we
You're
talk,
not twerking. You're paying homage.
When we were talking last week about, you know, the whole bonnet discussion, head wraps in intricate ways that the women back in Africa would cover their hair. They might not look the exact same way as we do it now, but this is nothing new.
No.
So when people are like, you do that is so unladylike. I'm like, it might not be ladylike, but it's very much so my ancestors like. Like, so it's like this thing this way that we have to like pay attention. While yes, we should always want to do better, but also recognize that who defined doing better.
Yes.
And also, is it not, I remember one last story. It was the first time I ever wore like a African head wrap. And I had never worn one before. I went to this woman's house who had wore them, and I was asking her to help me. And she was like, oh, it's already in your bones. She was like, you know how to do it. Just do it. It's already in your bones.
Ooh, Angel.
I'm dead serious. That's how I learned. It's her telling me it's already in you. Just do it. So don't have people question you all the time about the things that you like to do, because sometimes it might be your great granny just pouring herself into you.
Listen, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was saying he's building something in the media, right? And he was saying like, man, like how are we going to compete with Netflix's and ABC? And I'm saying we don't have to.
Right.
We are, the culture's within us. A lot of times that's just, they would die for a drip of a blip. Elvis Presley's whole entire career is just stealing from black musicians.
Yeah.
There's a clip of Ray Charles said, talking about Elvis. Elvis wasn't even the most talented person in the city he was in.
Come on, right.
There was 10,000 people better than him, right? And that connection, that's why the Kevin on Stage Studios app, and I don't mean to make this a point to like sell the app, but also if you download it, please, I love you. The whole point of it, it's for us.
Yeah.
It never was intended to be for everybody.
Right.
Y'all not going to get the significance of black women double dutching.
No, right.
But
right.
we like, okay.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that show meant so much to me. Like watching, first of all, boiling the macaroni noodles in the milk. I said, hey, now what you said?
What you say now?
I have never wanted to taste macaroni and cheese more than that moment. I said that probably is the creamiest macaroni and cheese I done ever had.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the church episode, right? When the New Zion barbecue, talking about how black women, you know, like she built a doggone barbecue restaurant out the church. And we grew up, you know, them doggone selling plates.
Yeah.
That was as churchy as the Lord.
Absolutely.
Them church plates they sent the kids to the camp. Down here,
yes, all
they
of
paid
it.
for the roof at the church.
100.
Them doggone the main reason it took me so many times to get the Holy Ghost is it's hard to concentrate when you're hungry and you smell chicken.
Food. Yeah,
the Holy Ghost, I get it, but at this point, the chicken is in my nostrils,
right?
And I want but
chicken,
greens. I smell it all.
Yeah,
I really just want this to be over so I can go back there. If y'all want me to get the Holy Ghost, you got to do it on a Sunday where they're not selling plates.
Right,
I
no
can't come.
plate.
I'm Hondi boy. We've been here since 7.
Yo, yes.
It's 3. What do I want more now? The Holy Ghost or chicken?
Chicken.
Chicken.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
And I got the Holy Ghost on a day they weren't selling plates.
There you go.
I was like, all right, now I can block.
The Holy Ghost was out there in line for the chicken. That's why he wasn't coming in there to help you out.
I was calling. He was like, man, I'm third.
I'm trying to get this thigh. This thigh wing combo. The other part of the documentary that I really loved, I remember, I don't know if this was during the time where everybody was doing Ancestry.com, but anyways, I would get like, I don't know if the word might be jealous. I would feel some type of way. You know, when people would find out they were connected to something, they'd be like, oh yeah, my people are from the Caribbean. And so they have all this strong culture connected to it.
Yeah.
Where African American culture, it is a lot of people attach themselves to it that might not be directly descendants of African American culture. And I would get so frustrated and I'd be like, I mean, all I got is that my people are from the Carolinas.
Right.
And I remember somebody then saying, oh, she was like, she was like the Gullah people. She was like, look up the Gullah people. She was like,
Gullah Island.
Listen, and I was like, those are real people that wasn't just a kid show. Had no idea until that woman told me. So to be able to see this whole section on the Gullah people, because I want to, when she said that, I was like, I want to write a story about the Gullah people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not a story. I want to write a film about the Gullah people, and seeing it and seeing like how magical my direct ancestors were and what they were able to accomplish. The fact that they had a place where they would be able to be away. Because that was the Gullah people. They were able to be away on an island, separated, apart from. I was like, because sometimes you do want, when all you have is people pointing to slavery as your ancestry, it can wear on your soul a little bit.
Absolutely.
You just like, can I have something magical other than being sold off or stolen, connected to me, other than we got through the struggle? Like, I want something more directly connected to me than having to go all the way to Africa to find a piece of me that feels royal. And then to know about the Gullah people, and then them bringing it up, it was just like, this is, and to know that that's where, well, women, no, that's Charleston where they came in. Mm-hmm. Where's Gullah? Where's the Gullah Island compared to?
I think it was all in South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. They were all kind of through there. Charleston was like redeveloped for rice paddies and stuff like that.
Right.
That was a part of in Benin. They had went into that part where the slave catchers and traders were just like, man, forget it. Remember the part where they had to only use boats? Yeah. That's where the part they were just like, man, y'all just stay over there and live. Yeah. And it didn't even cross my mind that rice was the first like thing. And it was even the cow. It was like cowboy. Black people were the first cowboys, and it came from houseboy, field boy, and you help the cows. You were a cowboy. I was like,
no. When the man said you could still see the scars from where they had to move so much land to make rice an actual like crop, I was just like, God.
And the doggone black people only ones that knew how to do it. How many times has it been only the black? The doggone black mammies was raising white kids. Yeah. Because how many times is black people the only one that know how to do it? Well, and in the white, and that's why, this is why black people are like, why y'all get so mad when people steal your dances? The history of African American culture is white people steal it, do a less good version of it, and make 100 times the money. That's why that Addison Rae girl going on Jimmy Fallon doing the TikTok dances, it's not just her. I'm not even saying she knows what they do, because TikTok culture is stealing a remix culture.
Oh yeah, like, you saw that thing that boy did.
Bruh,
I was
the
like,
whole app is still remixed. Yeah, but the black kids who set it up and do it, they don't never get to go on Jimmy Fallon. No, Fortnite made billions off of those doggone emotes. All they did is take black dances, rename them, and then sell them. White kids are doing them, and everybody's doing them. Right. And the kids who create it never get to profit. That's why we be so protective of our culture, because America doesn't let us monetize it. Right. But when you take it and whitewash it, like when Hot Girl Summer came out, the Stallion was saying all that. Every makeup brand, because Melissa buy a lot of makeup through our shared accounts. So when she was buying it, the makeup brands, they throw you on the email list.
Yes.
Every white brand, Hot Girl Summer, hotties, come over to white makeup and buy white stuff. We don't even know what Hot Girl Summer means, but we know the black people are saying it.
Yeah, no, it's something you said. The black women were raising the white kids. That's why our kids are so well behaved.
Because we knew you couldn't get away with that stuff. The whole thing about black people is we can't get it. We live in the same country, but we don't live in the same world.
Listen, nobody will tell you that my kids are nothing but well behaved. Even the landlord. I mean, he got his tendencies, but he is well behaved.
Absolutely.
That is something. So when we stop raising their kids,
look what happened.
look what be done happen.
Look what be done happened. Anyway, this was great. You should definitely check it out. It is worth. I wanted to watch 8 million episodes more.
It was great.
And the thing that's also frustrating, I'm gonna let it go after this. America, white people in power tried to erase black. The fact that there was no picture of those two chefs, those recipes are not connected to them at all.
Not at
There's
all.
no proof of that. Like, that's what we say. We say we built this country. What we brought to the table is ingrained in the fabric of the DNA of America.
Even from the food, all of it.
The food, music, like country music, blues music, gospel. It's all
The income. We made this country wealthy.
we just didn't get to participate.
Yeah.
And now there's a switch in black people. We're not looking for white approval.
Right.
None of that stuff. Like J. Cole is like, I'm not even submitting for the Grammys. Y'all can have that. The Kev on Stage app, I decided like it's for black people anyway. This part, I can't legally put that anywhere on
That
the
one
app.
says day ones.
it says day ones? Oh,
yes,
good.
I
Okay.
was like, I don't.
It's the Kev on Stage Studios one.
I was like,
day
I
one.
don't-
Sorry, the day one part. No, you ain't got to show. The day ones thing is this part with day ones. You only get that if you're on Patreon or if you see it at the show. This is like these ones that say day one. That is you really.
You pulled up.
You pulled up. You were either on Patreon or you were in live. The other ones on Spreadshirt, this part's cool, but this
the
is
back.
like,
Right.
you got the first.
Yeah.
But anyway, the reason I'm okay making this app, and I'm like, I'm not trying to appease everybody. I don't know about that culture.
Yeah.
I want people to get the inside jokes we get.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not really exclusionary, but also yes, because I'm just including the people that I know it's for, and then and if it only ever gets 100,000 subscribers, whatever, as long as the people who are with it really rock with it, I'll be happy with it. I would do that before I would sell it and get some like Viacom money and then have shows be made that I'm not proud of or that ain't for my people.
You don't have to apologize if it's exclusionary. These makeup brands were exclusionary for a very long time. We over here walking around looking like Casper the Ghost. They were like, if you want to buy it, just know we didn't make it for you.
Y'all gonna have to mix stuff. They gonna throw one dark color in there. You're gonna have to make your own foundation to make you.
I'm telling you.
That's
so,
why Fenty sold so well, and that ain't even fully black owned.
No. But
It ain't
that's-
even black owned.
It's
It's
the
just-
same thing with Kev on Stage Studios. It wasn't made for you, so you just gonna have to take what you get. If you want to buy it, buy it. But we ain't about to change the formula for
We
you.
sure ain't. All right, we love you. Patreon. We will see you, I believe, on Saturday. We decided, Josh.
I don't know. Whatever.
Saturday.
I will show up whenever you tell me.
Saturday. Let's do Saturday. We'll decide.
It's going to be our anniversary. Unruly Cousins, right?
Unruly.
What'd you say?
Will be.
What did you say the date was? I might be wrong.
I think it was
Maybe
the
it's-
12th. Let me look up White Blessings.
That's what I thought you said. It was the 12th.
White Blessings. Kevin on Stage.
It'll be a year since Kevin blessed me by donating me the co-host of Here's the Thing when he called me on one of his walks in Calabasas.
I sure did.
It was like, hey,
June 17th was the first
17.
episode.
So we got, okay, so it's not anniversary yet. So we'll wait until we come back.
So when we come back, our next episode,
bonus.
the
Is
next bonus will be after a year. Dang.
So we celebrating on the bonus or we celebrating on the regular show?
We should probably celebrate on the regular show just
Let's
because
celebrate on the
the
regular.
show has everybody, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, love y'all. If you're in Boston, pull up and see us in real life. If you're not, see us when we come to your town. God bless you. God keep you. We'll see you at the conference.
Goodbye.